We're going to create a very similar application for iOS using the Swift language. So I've gone into Xcode and I'm creating a new project. Let's create a new single view application, so an application that just has one screen on it. We'll call it image view because we're just trying to display an image. It'll be for the Swift language on the iPhone. We can just save it in a new folder. We'll call it image view. We'll create the project. Now all of the files for the project have been created over here. We can start by looking at the storyboard. So this is the main screen of the application. Remember, this is just a single screen application, and we'd like to add an image view to this screen. So on the bottom right here, we can scroll down until we find an image view. Here's an image view right here. Let's drag it out onto the main screen of the application. Let's put it exactly where we want it. We can resize it if we want to. And we can also change the mode so that it will place the image in the top left. So it won't try to overly scale the image to take up the whole screen. It'll just place it up here. Now we'll save this and we'll go to viewcontroller.swift. This is the main class where all of the action happens to control your user interface. So right here we want to add a reference so that we can set the image in the image view. So that will be an IB outlet, and it'll be a variable that we'll call image view, and it will be of type UI image view. Great, so now that we've created that reference, we can go back to the storyboard and we can connect that. If we click on the main window here, we can go over to the outlets and we see that image view outlet that we created. If we drag from that little plus over to the image view, it will now connect this image view in the UI to the image view that we created in the Swift code. So now we can save that. And now if we go in here, this is where the view loads for the first time. And here's where we want to create, to download the resource and display it on the screen. So I can just walk you through this code right here. First, it creates a new string that's the URL. This is just the edX logo from the edX homepage. It creates a URL out of that, and then creates a URL request with that URL. It opens up a URL connection, and then it sends an asynchronous request. That means that the UI will continue to update, it'll continue to be responsive, users can go back and press buttons on the screen, but asynchronously it'll go off, it'll download that resource. And when that's done, it calls this code down here. And so we get the data that's back. If the data is not null, it will get the image, create a new image out of that data, and set that to be the image of our image view. And so that's pretty simple. That's all the code we need to do to go off and download this image on another thread and then set it back. And now if we press play up here, it will compile and we can see it run. We'll allow network connections, and there we go. There's the edX logo displayed on the screen. So this is just a very simple example of programming in Swift, but hopefully it will give you an idea of how to create an application, how to put views on the screen, how to reference them from your main class, how to download things asynchronously, and a lot of the basics that you'll need to start creating more complex applications.